That's a horse. He's a horse for me. Oh, look at who you came to see. He's the horse. What up, y'all? Coronavirus is still a thing. Please make sure that you're What up, y'all? Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing, that you're wearing a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. For those that have passed during this time, condolences to you and your families. Prayers. You're in our prayers. If you're sick, I hope that you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Yes. House EP, myself and Kaylin Ellis, now playing, available now. Came out last week. For y'all that didn't know, it's on mostly all of the streaming platforms: Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. It's on all of those situations. So whichever way you get your music, House should be there. House is a EP put together by myself and Kaylin Ellis during the time of COVID-19 in our cribs. And it features Virgil Abloh, Crystal Torres, and Graham Burris. So check it out if you haven't. And for the people that have, thank you thus far for all of the great feedback and response and support that you all have been giving the project thus far. And I hope it continues. And tell a friend to tell a friend that House is out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Huggy B, what's up? Shout out to Ahmad Sakamini, Sharjil Raouf, Pistol Pixie, Mr. Legacy Jones, Smokey the Ghost, and Reef, our resident panel of experts here over at the IGTV. And remember, coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing, that you're wearing a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the people who've lost, who've passed during this time. And if you're sick, I hope you're on the road to recovery and getting better. Oh, Rizwan, you might have COVID. Sorry to hear that, brother. Hope not. Look at who you came to see. Dope EP, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all follow Kaylin as well. He's got dope. His own projects are super dope. So Moments, his other work, just the beats he be throwing up on the IG, be banging. So make sure you go support the homie as well. Did I know FB? What do you mean? Did I know FBG Duck? What do you mean? Why you put it in the past tense? Oh, wow. He got murdered, huh? On Oak Street. Type of nonsense? That's right downtown. Wow, dang, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. He was really, really good. He's a really good rapper. The rapper, whose name was Carlton Weekly, was shot Tuesday afternoon on Oak Street after two men jumped out of cars and opened fire on Oak Street. That's crazy. That's like somebody getting shot on Rodeo. Or like on Fifth Avenue in New York. On Wednesday, Moore urged the public to help police catch the shooters, saying, "Give no shelter to killers." Wow. unfortunately, I hope this isn't the case, but unfortunately, we're gonna have a few murders now in retaliation to this. I hope that's not the case, but I mean, this is what it is in the city. But man, I really the crazy part with a lot of these drill cats, wow, Duck. Damn. The crazy part about all this is a lot of these drill dudes, and I don't think I ever met Duck. I don't think I have. But the issue is that you want to listen to him. Like, you know, like you want to, at least for me, like I want to listen to them and kind of like vibe with what they're saying. But so much of their music is about killing people or bragging about actual murders. And, you know, it creates a weird catch-22 where you got these super talented dudes, super talented, super good. Duck was a really good rapper, like really good. Like to me, one of the best in the city from that, out of that crowd, you know. It was weird because it was him, like JoJo. It's crazy because JoJo was like a really good rapper. But it's like you can't really go 100% in with them because it's like you can't like ride down the street bumping their music because you go through the wrong neighborhood. They talking about killing BDs and then they talking about killing GDs, and it's just like, damn, man. And I think some people don't understand that. So like a lot of these dudes. That's why I don't really like fuck with academics like that, like too crazy. And this ain't to pivot toward that, but folks like academics, folks like just drill fans, like, because if you come from that life and you're a part of that story and you're a part of that life, you realize like these dudes are talking about like actually killing, you know, making fun of people that actually got killed, you know, or exacerbating some gang violence because you know it's gonna happen. They talking about murking dude on this block, murking dude on that block, and they serious, right? And it's like participating in that is just entertainment. It's like, man, this shit just ain't entertainment, man. Like these dudes for whatever reason are really in that life and really doing that shit, and it's crazy because every one of these like drill rappers, unless they get out the city, they don't survive, man. They always die. Always having a funeral. You know, or they in prison with life sentences and shit like that, you know. So I always looked at it as kind of like it was bittersweet. Because you had dudes that were super talented, had super, you know, creativity and skill and was able to put shit together and hustle through shit. But it was based on a foundation of murder and violence. And I always said that about the drill shit, man. Like, it's cool it's cool. It's not cool because it can't be fully entertainment because these dudes are talking about real life shit. And then it comes back to them. And those same dude that you was partying to or listening to or giving props to is dead. So this fucked up, man. But, you know, unfortunately, to be honest, I don't see no end to it. You know? So, and if you're not on some gang shit, if you're not from the streets, don't comment about this, right? Because you don't know what the fuck you talk about, right? Don't hit, well, them niggas knew what they had coming, like, stop, man. And if you just casually one of them niggas who've been listening to this shit, whether it's drill music from Atlanta, drill music from Chicago, drill music from the UK, drill music from LA, drill music from whatever, like it's the same shit. Drill music from New York, it's the same shit, right? You partying and bigging all this shit up and just like, oh, we just fans, we just want to vibe to the music, but not realizing, like really taking serious what some of these niggas are saying. And then these same people that you popping and partying to, now they dead. And then it becomes like, well, it was just, rest in peace to entertainment and shit. Like, no, nigga, you should have been like warning niggas or protecting niggas or reaching out to niggas like, hey man, why don't you stop talking about murdering niggas in your records? So, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll continuously say it. I'm not with that drill shit. I respect niggas hustle, but I'm not with a nigga talking about, nothing. Just sit up and listen to a nigga talking about he still want to murk these niggas. He still want to kill these niggas. He can't wait to catch these niggas. He's still smoking on these niggas. I ain't with that shit, man. I don't give a fuck what gang you from. VL, CV, whatever, GD, BD, like, that shit not cool. Whether it's from New York, UK, wherever the fuck it is. Like, that shit not cool. Like, I appreciate the hustle and I appreciate the talent, but I can't fuck with that shit, man. And after this, I don't want shit to do with this shit. Just keeping it a buck. If somebody send me a death threat, yeah, but the difference is with me, the niggas who send bullshit like that to me is clowns, right? And this is some fun. Like, niggas think the shit fun. I ain't got no beef with no niggas nowhere. No real beef. I ain't got that. Right? And I don't exacerbate beefs. With some shit kind of just die down, you leave it alone. But I don't put myself in a position like that. But if I honestly, that's why I can't. But you never see that. You're not finna see me put that shit in my music either. You're not finna see me promote that shit. You're not finna. If I had beef and the beefs that I had, you hear me making diss records about motherfuckers, or talking about how I'm gonna kill a nigga on the track, or pull up on a nigga block, or tell a nigga to pull up on me. You don't hear me doing that shit in my music. If I had issues like that, that shit would be real quiet and taken care of. How I need to get taken care of, or to get squashed. How it need to get squashed, if it's squashable. But I don't even put myself in positions to even fuck around. But I do let niggas know I come from that shit, and if that's where you really, really want to take it, it's you before me, 100%. But I'm never in that 100% of the time. I'm not finna be in those situations. I'm not finna bring that energy into my situation. Any nigga had a problem with me always came to me with a problem, right? And if I said something and the nigga took it out of context, we were able to at least hash the shit out. Let's have a conversation before escalating to something else. And I've always had conversation. Any nigga I've ever had a problem with or felt like they had a problem with me, we've had a conversation. And whenever I seen these niggas in the streets, it was always because niggas were able to have a conversation. It was more just of an introduction. Like, what's up, man? You cool? And niggas get the vibe in a different way. So I can vibe with anybody and go around anywhere as long as we squash any miscommunications. And normally it's miscommunication, but you don't hear me saying like, man, fuck them niggas. I can't wait to beat this motherfucker up, unless it's Cuddy. But even that shit is whatever. But you ain't never seen me do no shit like that. So, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. Rest in peace to the homie, FBG Duck. And I hope that it's not some... I hope that it doesn't turn into, even though I know it's going to do that, I hope that it doesn't turn into that. I hope it doesn't turn into a tit-for-tat retaliatory situation, because people really did fuck with Duck and love Duck like that. But at the same time, too, I know that Duck's enemies fuck with the niggas who Duck was an enemy of, So, rest in peace, and I hope the city can get through this shit, and I hope the drill scene eventually has that wake-up call these young dudes take responsibility for their actions and understand that what you put out into this world comes back to you. It's not art imitating life, nigga. It's life being life. Ain't got shit to do with art. So, you know, that's the last I'm gonna speak on it, man. That's fucked up. Homie say, what did you know? I'm like, did? The fuck? What's the other piece? Hey Lou, what happened in Lebanon? What they say? It was a storehouse for like ammonium nitrate. Shit that they put in bombs. If y'all don't know, ammonium nitrate is like a super. If you get enough of that shit, it's a bomb. Basically, what it is, super highly reactive explosive material. If you get it in large enough quantities, that's what the type of bomb that they used, that Timothy McVeigh used when he blew up the fucking federal building back in the day. He's got a truck full of that shit pulled up to the front of the building and blew the whole building in half. So if you got enough, and he was just working with a truckload, so just imagine if you had a goddamn warehouse full that went up. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard is that's what I heard happen. That there was a place where they had it, and I think it was just like for storage. They might have had other, because the first reports I heard, it was like fireworks, which is, you could still get a big ass explosion if you had an actual fireworks factory that blew up. Like, you could have a big dumbass explosion, but they said it was like, then there was another report where they said it was like military material and shit there like that, and it was just stored there. But I think the latest report, which sounds the most real, would be that it was like, yeah, it was a fucking warehouse full of ammonium nitrate on the port that was like poorly taken care of, and that shit blew up. You never seen nothing like that in your life? You never seen that explosion? I think it was in Texas. On I think it was this train, or it was like some similar. I think it was like a chemical factory, and that shit blew up, and it sent the train. They showed like the whole train car. So imagine a whole train, like a regular freight train, and there was a train next to the factory or whatever, and that shit blew up, and they show how the train was flying through the motherfucking air. Dude was like, this is a train, or some shit like that. Like, he circled it, was like, this is a train. It was like, damn. But man, rest in peace to the people who passed away, and condolences. But also, you know, it injured like thousands of people. That's like, when it first happened, like, how did it injure thousands? Then you see the explosion from a different angle, and that shockwave just tore up all that shit. So in every direction. So, you know, to the people that are going through it right now and injured, I hope that you're getting better. Think someone will be held responsible for Lebanon? Yeah, they're gonna hold whoever was in charge of storing, if they even alive, you know, but whoever was responsible for like storing and watching over that material, because I think they said it was poorly stored, but somebody gonna pass the buck. I mean, it could have just been an accident, but you know, normally shit like that, when you're dealing with shit like that, and you got shit like that happens, is normally traced back to some type of either equipment malfunction or some type of like security breach, where somebody does something they're not supposed to be doing, or somebody just kind of falling asleep on the job or some shit like that. But, you know, again, people could have spent it on some terrorist shit. Like, man, they went in there and blew that shit up on some hate shit. But you never know. Fans checking in from Pakistan. Appreciate you. They said it was a missile. I don't think it was a missile. You would have seen that shit coming in. None of the footage shows like something approaching it and hitting, unless it was. But even still, a missile that can create an explosion that big, that missile would be the size of a goddamn space shuttle. You would definitely see that coming in. Trust me, as people study it and they get more, just wait, because people gonna study it. You're gonna have to, scientists look at it and they're gonna tell you exactly what that shit is. There's this great channel on YouTube where they talk about like disasters, like industrial disasters, like what happened, and he goes step by step through like what happened based on the based on the reports and the analysis of how something melted down or how something blew up or some shit like that. And so you'll see like anytime there's a big industrial accident or situation like this, that once people start getting in there and start breaking it down and doing the forensic research, they're like, yeah. So you'll know in like about a couple weeks. What's that channel? I don't know the name of the channel, but it's like industrial accidents. And it's like, I think it's a dude with like a British accent. But he do like, the pictures are like black and white. And then it'll be like, the Demon Core is one of them. It's like this, basically this nuclear reactor core, I guess, that people were experimenting on. And it like was killing motherfuckers. Like, but it was because of the way they was handling it. The real J Star. Any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the piece, in the question box. How was yeah, you saw the Demon Core situation? The Demon Core shit is crazy. Just Google Demon Core if y'all get the opportunity. Or watch the little... It's better to see the little documentary thing on YouTube about it, but the Demon Core was wild. There was another one, too. Another accident, like a nuclear accident. I think they were doing, like, what was it, sodium? Like a sodium reactor or something like that. There's all these different kinds of reactors. It was funny, like, I got into a little rut where I was studying just, like, mad nuclear physics for some reason. Like how the process works and how it actually, and you go through it. Like, oh shit. And when you look at the industrial disasters, dude has to explain how the reactor works so you can get an idea of what happened when it didn't work. Like, oh, that's how that shit works. And it's all these different kinds of nuclear reactors and the way they, get the process going or have to slow it down or, speed it up or whatever. It's crazy. Should labels be required to provide artists with therapy and a substance abuse problem? This is coming from Danny Detroit. Well, I'm assuming you're saying a record label and a music artist with therapy, and I guess A is and substance abuse trauma. Maybe. I'll come back to that. So I got to jump, y'all, and take care of some business real quick. So maybe I'll jump back on a little later to finish up this, but I got to take care of some stuff. So remember, House EP is out right now on all of the streaming platforms, most of them. It's myself and Kayla Ellis featuring Virgil Abloh, Crystal Torres, and Graham Burris on vocals. You can pick that up at your local digital music provider. Stream it or download it and tell a friend. So make sure you check that out. Coronavirus is still a thing. Make sure that you're practicing physical distancing, that you're wearing a mask that covers the mouth and the nose. Condolences to the folks who've passed during this time. Prayers to you. Condolences to the family. And if you're sick, hope you're on a path to getting better. Unfortunately, but fortunately, there's a lot of people with coronavirus and COVID-19 and dealing with it. And that means that there's a lot of people learning. The fortunate part is there's people that are learning from it and have come up with different methods and remedies and the ways to navigate the sickness. So reach out. If you have it, reach out. If you're doing something and it works, share it with people who may or may not have COVID-19, just to kind of get that information going so people can find ways to not suffer. Don't suffer in silence, you know? So on that note, be back. But for now, peace. Much love to you.